Good Tuesday morning. Welcome back. You're watching the Kaiser Report. I'm John. I'm here with Kaiser, who's on the couch, to talk to you about a few things that are taking place in and around the world and off our shores in some areas. But the big news today is the stock market has rebounded this morning. The futures opened up this morning a little better than expected. And the last time I looked, we were in and around $1,100 up. Things are in the green. The panic yesterday that was pushed by people on the social medias, platforms, and MSNBC, NBC, CBS, ABC, you name it, all of the legacy media has told everybody that the stock market crash was imminent. Black Monday is on its way, and most of that was driven by our old friend Kramer over there on a network that shall not be mentioned. Anyway, it's a joke at best of what they tried to do with whipping up fear one more time to people that may or may not. A very small percentage of people in the world's population are into the stock market, by the way. In case you didn't know, there are a lot of people that lost a lot of money. I'm never going to tell you that that didn't happen, but there's panic going on, and when you panic within a financial situation, you could lose. It's a gamble. The stock market is a gamble. It's like going to Las Vegas or any of the Indian casinos and think you're going to walk out of there wealthy every time. There are winners and there are losers. And when you pick a stock, you need to probably stay with it and not panic on a small downturn. It was a time yesterday and last Friday for people to buy in to what will come back and buy it in at a reduced price from what they normally were on, and you make money. Sometimes you lose your money. But to be panicked by people, talking heads that are, by the way, very, very well off themselves. They get paid very large salaries by these networks to come out and read a piece of paper to you off a teleprompter that they're looking at as I'm looking at you right now. They are not looking across the counter to your eyes to directly lie to you. They're reading off of a camera with a screen underneath it to tell you what whoever writes that junk wants you to hear. So that's your news media, folks. And Jake Tapper, oh my God. Jake says he's not leftist. Says it a lot. But fake news is being covered up, and the cover up by fake news Jake Tapper is probably one of the most amusing memes of the day that I'll give you a quick look at. But this guy can say he's not leftist all he wants, but he drives the left agenda, has driven the left agenda for his entire career, and now he's not left. Take a look.
Fake, disgusting news.
So how long do you anticipate this tariff chaos is going to be going on? 30 days, 60 days, 90 days?
Well, first of all, Jake, thank you for having me. I think it's really important to realize that last Wednesday was when the president announced this new American order, the new American economic plan. We're now 2 days in, right? You've got 2 days of data. Everyone, especially on your side, on the left, is freaking out.
I'm not on the left.
But at the end of the day, listen, this whole concept, all right, Jake, thank you. This whole concept is about rebuilding an American economy around American goods. Everyone, especially on your side, on the left, is freaking out.
I'm not on the left.
But at the
I'm not on the left. But it freaking not on the left. But it
Are you high?
Is it possible, Congressman, is it possible that the Republican Party is now the party of deranged bigots? Your conference, the House Republican Conference, We go through this every single time Republicans control the House. You guys can't pass legislation. You can't govern. I'm not on the left.
But
at what point does the dysfunction of you House Republicans jeopardize national security? The dehumanizing rhetoric of Adolf Hitler is once again alive and well on a national political stage. This time, of course, in the United States. This time given life by former president and current Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump. I hope you don't take this personally, but do you guys have any idea how clownish you look? I'm not on the left.
But at the end,
the president is lying to you to get his border wall. How do you think it makes little kids with stutters feel when they see you make a comment like that?
First and foremost, I had no idea that Joe Biden ever suffered from a stutter. I think what we see on stage with Joe Biden, Jake, is very clearly a cognitive decline.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to. It makes me uncomfortable.
You have no.
That's
so amazing. It's so amazing to me that
try and figure out an answer.
A cognitive decline.
Well, when you're trying to tell me that what I was suggesting was
I think that you were mocking his stutter. Yeah, I think you were mocking his stutter, and I think you have absolutely no standing to diagnose somebody's cognitive decline.
Tonight on Is This Even Real? And I find this incredibly hard to believe, but CNN's Jake Tapper is the co-author of a new book detailing the cover-up of Joe Biden's cognitive decline by the Democrat Party.
Wow.
I'm not on the left.
But at the end,
He is so full of shit, this guy. Terrible.
So Jake Tapper, we now know he doesn't like the left. Yeah, right. So moving right along, we'll get into the Black Monday that did not happen. So Kramer over at CNBC was hopping mad all weekend long and last Friday saying, oh, Black Monday is coming. You know, you have to prepare. You're going to lose everything. People are going to lose trillions of dollars, and so on and so on. This particular individual, Jim Cramer, is the same Jim Cramer that back years ago told you all you need to go out and buy as much Bear Stearns as you can handle because it's up and coming. And 2 weeks later, Bear Stearns went bankrupt and out of business. That's that Jim Cramer. That's the Jim Cramer that told a bunch of college-age individuals what to invest in, and that blew up in their face because they were lousy investments, and in some cases, those kids lost their money. That's the same Jim Cramer. So let's take a look at this.
The president doesn't try to reach out and reward these countries and companies that play by the rules, then the 1987 scenario has the most cogency.
A little later.
So if you're going to go to CNBC or MSNBC and get your financial advice from Morning Jackass on one and Jim Cramer on the other, don't bother, because it's not going to be a viable thing for you to do if you're listening to either of those individuals, and it's clear and present and dangerous for you right now to be paying attention to anybody. We have a government in place that has a financial plan for this country and for the blue-collar workers and middle America that has been forgotten over all the 8 Obama years and 4 more years of Biden and Harris, which is a joke in itself on what took place there and the lies that came to you about the health of the economy with both of those individuals in charge that offered us not a damn thing to hang your hat on. So, now that we have somebody with a plan to go in and make sure that these things happen and look into the waste and fraud and mismanagement of our tax dollars that have happened, thank God for Doge. I know they're fighting tooth and nail against Doge. I know that they're taking personal attacks at the person who brought up the idea of Doge, and we're not going to run out right now and buy a Tesla because the left side is promoting bad behavior one more time, sending ne'er-do-wells into the streets to make fools of themselves with signs, misinformation, and sheer hatred for individuals that they should have no hatred or any opinions about these individuals at all. But if you went out and bought a Tesla today, we have to worry about taking our family for a ride in it or taking a vacation in it or even going to the grocery store for the fear that a mentally ill individual charged up by the Democratic side of the party and organizations that were put together to go out and protest our government right now. Your fear is that you're going to have your car burned, keyed up, or something spray painted on it. So, yes, let's just destroy the American car maker because you don't agree with the fact that the left side has taken every dime out of your pocket and sent it to crazy programs and foreign countries that have no business having our tax dollars with the amount of homeless, the amount of sick people that we have in this country, and the amount of help that is needed in places like Western North Carolina, and now with the tornadoes coming up through the Ohio Valley one more time, these people are in dire need of certain necessities that we should be paying attention to and not sending it into the Congo for weapons or Mozambique for trans problems and things of that nature, and funding to find out what happens to mice when they change genders on them. Come on, this is what's wrong. And it's being looked into by Doge, and they don't like it because a lot of these monies that are sent overseas, in some cases, circle right around and right back to the lobbyists, and in some cases, the lobbyists to the senators and the Congress people that are benefiting. How do you think someone can come into a seat in the Congress with very little money and end up being a millionaire in a year? There's something wrong there, and no one is looking into it until now. And Doge, they're the terrible ones. Just listen to the teachers' union leaders. It's all about bad Doge and bad Elon Musk. It's not funny at all. So, that's going on all weekend, and I don't understand how much mental illness can actually drip into a street carrying effigies of the President of the United States, carrying effigies of Elon Musk, and how misinformed their signs are, and their knowledge when stopped and asked by a reporter in the street, what is it exactly that you're out here for? And they can't answer it. And in one case, the person couldn't speak English, who happened to be of Asian descent, it looked like. Where do these people come from? How many of these people are illegals and need to be picked up and deported? The riots in the streets are not a way to get anything accomplished. Have we learned nothing through history? And burning things down like car dealerships and destroying someone's personal property and hitting people, or a youth over being in a wrong seat can stab another student to death through the heart. Why does he have a weapon in a high school function? And then they want to, this is John Q. Public now that's in the streets, have put together a GoFundMe to get this guy off because it was just self-defense. The other kid was unarmed with his twin brother, and this kid plunged a knife through his heart, but nothing is going to happen about it because it was a white boy that got hit and stabbed, and the poor black boy that did it has no reason to hold him because he said it was self-defense. How do you plunge a knife through someone's heart without forethought? That's just all I'm going to say about that. It's hard to believe. So then, yesterday, we saw Chuck Schumer one more time, who has worked himself into a frenzy over tariffs. And Chuck Schumer knows nothing about tariff, negotiation processes, or anything of the like. Chuck Schumer is just Chuck Schumer, who is now past his sell-by date and offers nothing to the Senate minority leader that he is. He's being attacked by his own. They're going to eat him, and he knows it. So he stumbled through a speech rivaling any speeches ever given by Joe Biden. He's making, in this speech, Joe Biden look like a Rhodes Scholar, in my estimation. Funny, but not funny when you think about the damage that he has done through the years and continues to try and do against this administration. The speech of lies that he comes out with when he shows up sloped over the podium reading off of a piece of paper and still getting it wrong, with his glasses down his nose, looking over the top of the glasses, and then getting lost in his own lies. It's darker, much darker than you'll ever believe. Take a look here.
They're learning that the Republicans are, that Donald Trump, Musk, Doge, and the Republicans are not on their side. They're learning that these people are doing things just for the billionaires, and they are learning that Donald Trump is not only breaking his promise to them, but he's betraying them.
He's so well spoken.
Thank you. Because the Republican Party is in the vice grip of a group of very greedy billionaires. It basically says tariffs are repealed if the cost of goods goes up based on familiar costs of price increases that we know regularly. With the other side of the pincer, they're squeezing them by creating higher prices.
Prices. It's easy for you to say.
The amendment that we're doing calls for rescinding Trump's disastrous chaotic tariffs. Every day he sees how he's broken they see how he's broken their promises. We leave in place the tariffs only on China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea. Now Trump promised to lower prices on day one. It is believed that these tariffs will hurt our economy and families from one end of America to the other.
You silver-tongued devil, you. Chuckles the clown Schumer needs to go home, put his feet up, and enjoy the millions of dollars he's accumulated over his time in Congress while accomplishing next to nothing. But he knows how to cause hate and division among two parties, one being his own now that's turned against him. But it will continue. It'll be an interesting couple of years between now and the time of midterms. But it's crazy. They lied about everything.
But since 2001, we have lost almost 60,000 factories in America.
I haven't had since Roe v. Wade was overturned back in 2021. As soon as they announced that they overturned Roe v. Wade, my wife and I decided that we didn't want to risk getting pregnant, and the only way to really prevent that was for both of us to close our legs. It's not that we didn't want kids, it's that we didn't want either one of us to fall pregnant.
I have so many questions.
If you're white, yes, you are racist. Even if you think you're woke, we all benefit from oppression. Pretending you're not racist only makes racism grow.
It was the policy. It was bad policies, economic, immigration, and crime. Until they acknowledged those policies failed the American people, and we lied to the American people about whether those policies were working. We said the economy was great, we said there's no crisis at the border, and we said crime is going down. Until they acknowledge that, all this other noise, it doesn't matter.
So what makes Trump a fascist? What makes Trump a fascist?
He does things without
You gotta talk loud. I don't have my mic on.
I'm not really good into interviews.
Sorry?
And the hypocrisy of it all is mind-boggling. And now they're supporting the people in the streets that are making us look like some sort of a third world country to people in other areas that are seeing this on their TVs and wondering what happened to America. We know they wondered that during the Biden-Harris term, but now to see the people in the streets of this nature, they have to think that we are one big insane asylum. If you look at mainstream media and see what they publish out there, it would be questionable. Is it the truth? No, because most of us have too much smarts and are busy working at our jobs, working at our lives, working with our families, to be out in the street dressed as clowns, dragging effigies through the street, making us look to the rest of the world like we've all gone insane. But unfortunately, these people that you do see in the streets are insane. You would have to be insane to do the things that they're doing. You would have to be totally insane to light a car dealership on fire. You would have to be totally insane to understand nothing, even the fact that a Tesla has a security system that takes your picture. But they're too stupid to understand that. But yet they're out there thinking that they're going to get away with something and be, heroes to the left. There's heroes to the left of us and clowns to the right. And that's the story about lies from the media and lies from your Congress. They lie about everything, and the hypocrisy is just unbelievable. So in Tennessee, we had a town hall take place with none other than Chief Elizabeth Warren, who once again was cringeworthy in some aspects. And she's in a state that is a heavily, there's parts of Tennessee that are Democratic. I guess that's where she ended up going. But still in all, it's the same old with old Elizabeth, the fake Indian. And she's all worked up about everything because, she is so smart. Because, she was a teacher, so makes it okay. But these people that rave the worst about what's going on right now with the government cuts, that Elon Musk is being totally destroyed over, or trying to be destroyed over, the people who rave the most about it are the people with the most to lose. And it's not just losing a job or having a union cut out from underneath the teachers' union or any of that nonsense. It's the waste and fraud that took place in these organizations that have been uncovered. So why would you want to continue that? Why would some bought and paid for half-ass judge decide that, oh, no, you have to put the money back into that Department of Education. You got to rehire everybody back. These are the people that caused the failure in our educational process in this country. And they've done a good job at it, because if you look at the scores on math, on reading, you name it, and then did away with the shop classes, so we're not producing anybody in the trades anymore, and try and book a plumber or an electrician today, because we have a shortage of these people. Not everybody is college material. We have to have people in the trades that know how to fix the things that are being manufactured and sent here and will be manufactured back here again. And we need tradespeople to do those manufacturing jobs and to repair them once they leave the factory and end up in your home where you have a failure of a product and you can't find anybody to come and fix it anymore. This is where it's all gone wrong. And it will be fixed, but first we have to stop the waste, the fraud, and the sheer misallocation of tax dollars that have gone around the world for stupid programs to stupid people, so it can circle back in some manner of a percentage back to the lobbyist or the senator or congressperson that is receiving back the kickback. And that is what the fear on the left is right now, and a lot of it on the right that we haven't heard about yet. So reckoning is coming, and it's coming in the form of Doge, and Doge is a very important thing if we are ever to be able to balance our budget again. And they can take the word tariff and try to distract you, but don't be distracted. We're getting a handle on our finances, and this is what middle-class America has voted for and will stand behind and needs to stand behind, because this will be what fixes the economy and bring us back to the wealthiest, the smartest nation in the world one more time. So take a look at old Elizabeth here.
For me, I'm the daughter of a janitor. My mom worked the phones at Sears, and it was my second grade teacher, Mrs. Lee, who gathered me up into her ample bosom, and whispered to me, "Miss Betsy, you could be a teacher," and it changed my life. Awkward. Social Security. Are you ready to stand up for our veterans and honor our promises? And honor our promises. And honor our promises.
Are my ears bleeding?
She never fails to be cringeworthy in my estimation. But she'll continue. Bernie Sanders will continue to tell you that the oligarchs in the country have all the money. And we need to, I have 3 houses, I know, but that doesn't make me an oligarch. They are oligarchs. This Elon Musk thinks he's an oligarch. So Bernie, good luck with your town hall wherever you're going today. Elizabeth Warren, good luck with your next town hall. You're both cringeworthy, and we don't need any more of the likes of you people being elected. So thank God you live in states where you have constituents that are a little bit brain damaged and will realize at some point that that they shouldn't vote for you any longer. So with that, Kaiser and I want to say stay safe, stay strong, and stay tuned to the Kaiser Report for more information and some laughs here and there at the idiocy that is taking place in our streets today. Bye-bye now. God bless.